Welcome to the Accumulating Wealth Podcast. I'm Judson Crawford.
And I'm Hunter Satterfield. We are CPAs, wealth advisors, and partners at CWA, a financial services firm here to help business owners navigate the decisions they face every day.
Yeah, and today's episode is a little different. We're coming off an incredible few days together in Nashville at our annual meeting, and it was filled with great energy, great conversations, and a lot of thoughtful content that we wanted to share with our audience. And to help us out, we've invited the big guy to share his perspective.
We'll talk about what resonated most with us, what conversations carried beyond the stage, and how the ideas shared in Nashville connect to the real decisions business owners are making right now. As of this recording, let's go.
Welcome, Princess.
I thought we were done with that.
No.
I thought that was a one-time thing.
We'll never be done with that.
Okay, good. Makes me feel adorable.
And you won't know that inside joke because you weren't at the annual meeting, listeners.
That's right.
They probably get it.
And now we're done.
Yeah. Hi, Brett. That's my name for you. Judson calls you
Thank
Princess.
you, Hunter.
Hello,
Good
Brett.
to have a respectful professional relationship.
Yes.
There's one person.
Good to see you.
Feels good.
Well, man, guys, 640 people,
Unbelievable.
3.5 days, sold out meeting. What a freaking great weekend.
It was awesome.
And I can see your trucker hat, Judson. Why are we wearing trucker hats for those that are listening?
Your trucker hat.
Where's
We're
mine
like the
stay?
pointing Spider-Man.
What does it say? Mine says American made, right, boys?
American made.
Yeah, yours
As if
says,
there was any doubt.
actually, that's the one Carrie got. It says raised on 90s country.
Yep.
Oh, that's actually.
And then yours is
true.
just the Scottsdale patch.
Yeah, mine's the most respectable hat
90s country
here.
is my favorite still.
These hats,
100%.
for those wondering, these hats, you got to make them. They had a whole patch bar, which was dope. And these hats were for folks that
We're
were
going
signed up.
drug references, apparently.
Also a 90s.
90s rap instead of country.
There.
All right, they're fire. Can I say that one? They were if you signed up again. So if you came and you signed up again, you got one of these sweet hats.
Yeah, and I think the reason, honestly, we wanted to get together and do a little bit of a recap on the annual meeting is just to help you guys understand. There's a lot of people out there that have never been to an annual meeting. There's a lot of people out there that probably want to come to the annual meeting. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. And let's just start first off with the why. Hunter, you and I say this sometimes when we're talking to clients about it. This is not a financial planning annual meeting. That's why you come here to us. This meeting is really more about the relationships. And I think that, obviously it's about the relationships with clients. I mean, I had a couple clients there that had never been to an annual meeting before. It was so awesome to get to spend time with them. I know one of them's already signed up to come back next year. And it's just about building that relationship and furthering that trust we have with each other. Brett, it's also about the relationship with our vendors, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the vendors in general and then, what that means to them?
Yeah, I think when we talk about this meeting in a dental meeting or a financial planning meeting, it's really none of those. And I think it's really important for people to understand that dental meetings aren't super fun. This meeting is fun. Your Kane Waters consult is fun probably, but it's also really productive. This is a very different experience. And so and the meeting has become more and more important as kind of Hunter referenced, 640 people at this meeting, which puts a lot of pressure on our venues nowadays, but it's a welcome pressure. So 37 different vendor partners came. It was a good chance for the community to kind of work together and talk together, doctors and vendors, not just like walking up and down the rows of a trade show with your arms crossed while people throw bouncy balls at you and stuff, So I think
shooting ski together, pouring wine together.
And you guys don't.
it's life together, man.
Yeah.
Like it's more life stuff.
And talk a little bit about this, Brett. We don't just let any vendor in the annual meeting. It's not just about getting the next sponsorship, right?
Yeah, this is it's a really small group of people that we vet out, that we let in because we want them to be part of the community. Yes, their job is to sell dental stuff. Yes, our doctor's job is to be doctors and buy the dental stuff, but it's not even about that. It's getting together like, hey, look, we're all in this together, whether it's a DSO, a vendor, a doctor, an associate, a financial planner, we are all in this together. And there's really no better place that I've ever seen that come to fruition than our end meeting.
And that's probably proved by the fact that, I know of at least 3 that flew from Midwinter down. Like they left Midwinter and came down and they said, this is our favorite meeting, which is why we're coming. And that's a testament to just the whole weekend and the fun that we have.
So we talk a lot about the fun, and I think we should give some examples of that. And we say it's fun, but let's help people understand why that is. But first, I think an important question that I'd like you guys to talk a little bit about, maybe no more than 5 minutes, please. Who was your favorite MC, and give examples why?
Oh, I'm gonna abstain from that vote. There was only one that I knew of, and I don't.
He wasn't my favorite either.
Yeah,
Not this
I
year.
thought you could have done better job, Hunter.
That's right. Judson,
LT, and if you can edit this part out.
Judson's the MC. Well, and again, so let me shed a little light on the actual meeting days. So we start around 8 with some breakfast, and then Judson jumps on stage as the MC. And really, we've got about 2 speakers. That's about it. 2 speakers on Friday, 2 speakers on Saturday. And the goal for these speakers is kind of it's an expand your mind. It's not like dental focus. It's not financial focus. It's like expand your mind, think bigger than maybe the small world that we live in each and every day. So we might talk about those here in just a second. And then after those speakers, we go out and have fun, right? So we do excursions on Friday. You get to pick one, go out. What'd you guys do? I did the brews and barbecue one where we had beer and barbecue, my 2 favorite things.
That was pretty self-explanatory when you did it.
Would you?
I'm glad you explained.
You did.
I did listening room.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Something you've never actually done.
Listening.
Or
I listened. I learned how to listen to music. The listening room was awesome. I had never been there before. A small venue, 3 singer-songwriters, just playing their music, talking about where they were in their careers. And I mean, it's like this song has been, cut. This song I'm still waiting to be cut. But I mean, all 3 of them were incredible, and it was a great time.
And on brand with barbecue, beer, and country music. I shot guns.
Yeah, you did.
Hashtag America, all that.
America everywhere. So that's what this meeting is about. And it was kind of fun to see people who are a little more timid shoot a couple times, and they get a little look in their eye like they want to keep shooting.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that inside them somewhere, I think.
For sure. And then everything culminates with the final event on Saturday, which we'll kind of end this recording with. But let's go to speakers, guys. So we had Iron Cowboy, 50 Ironmans, 50 states, 50 days. Wild. Me, which is maybe a little less enthralling than
Also
that.
wild.
Yeah. One of our friends from Spear, and then an amazing sign off from Daryl in his retirement speech. What did you guys get from each of or not each of them, but maybe give me 1 or 2 things that you guys took from the speakers?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I did not know what to expect from the Iron Cowboy. I mean, obviously, I knew that what he had accomplished, right, doing all of the Ironmans in 100 days, and the things that he had to go through, But I think what I really liked about his message was, kind of like, where are you going to go from here? Don't think about what's past, but what are you going to do from here? And obviously, not myself or anybody else in that room is going to go run 100 Ironmans, but really practically, how we are going to move forward. And I think for, we have clients of all ages there, right? And so some of them may be at the point where, it's time for me to go and find how I'm going to monetize my practice and move out of it. For some of them, it means how am I going to grow my practice to that next level? But I think that, he gave some really good points on kind of emotionally how to do that, right? Which I think was really good.
I love that guy. And like the thing that I got out of it was perspective, because he, the first thing was like, he gets out of bed and decides he wants to do an Ironman, like no big deal, which is a lifetime athletic achievement, is doing one. And it probably kills most people. He did 100 in 100 days. But the perspective part of that was when, he's in all this pain, he's going through all this suffering because he's doing all this going through all these physical hardships. And his perspective was, he's running for someone who can't run. And he's like, I get to run this because she can't. Like, that's such an unbelievable perspective. And I think a lot of us kind of like get lost in our days, and they're like, well, it's so hard for me. We're like, well, guess what? There's a million people that would want to be in your position. And he realized that, and that's what motivated him to finish. Yeah. I mean, he's pushing that kid in the cart, man. Like, you're looking down at that kid and you're like, am I tired? Like, how can you give him an excuse?
My back hurts. Daryl's sort of retirement speech, if we want to call it that, as he's exited the firm and as a partner, I told Carrie this afterwards. We don't in life, we don't get an opportunity to see somebody exit. Right. I mean, 42 years, he built a firm from literally 4 clients. And now we're at 3,500. And, to see somebody exit, is just something that is very rare to see in life. You might talk about it from an athlete who is walking off the mound for the first time or walking off the court for the last time. But I thought that was really special to be able to sort of be there and see that. And I think many of my clients were like, it was good to just see him wrap things up in his career and exit stage left. And I love his final message, just said through utter tears to the audience. He just said, "Thank you for letting me serve you." And I think just it resonates on the culture of our firm and who we are and what these four walls inside of it represent. So anyway, that one really resonated with me. I had to just make up all those emotions, but they're real. I promise.
You could tell they were real from Daryl. But we can't not talk about yours. You did an amazing job, by the way. But I think that I learned a lot. Hunter went through sort of our past revolutions in our country and the world, the Industrial Revolution. Learned a lot about kind of a lot of the realities of that. But really, the purpose is to talk about kind of where we're at today with this AI revolution and how we treat this and how not only can we learn from this in our investment portfolios, but how we can learn from this in our own business and our own life. And I thought that was obviously very timely, but you did a great job.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the very opening video was the one of the SpaceX rocket going across from New York to Tokyo in 30 minutes. And that was posited by Elon 7 years ago. And like conceptually, my line at the very beginning as we sort of walked into this was, how do we go from a country where in 1790 we were subsistence based, where you're growing your own food to eat, and that was it. There was like no currency, no banking, nothing. How do we grow from that to a place where we can dream about going to Tokyo for dinner for sushi or with sushi? And like that's such an interesting thing. But the overwhelming theme I think that I was trying to communicate and hopefully did was that at the end of the day, whatever this revolution looks like with AI, because it is going to happen, whatever it looks like, we're still going to grow and and life is going to be markedly better. Will we have things that are maybe worse, like social media? Maybe. But life will be markedly better than it was. The stat about how, prior to the golden age of capitalism, health insurance was only covering 22% of Americans. It's now at 85%, and the life expectancy has gone from 55 to 71. Like, that's just objectively better in every way. So anyway, hopefully that was communicated. But again, I think that people think, oh, I've got to go and listen to dentists and finance people. And no, we talked about the revolutions of the past and what does it mean for the future, and heard from Iron Cowboy and Daryl. That is awesome.
Yeah, and it's not a rah-rah event. We're not getting you there just to pat ourselves on the back. I mean, this is literally about how we, along with you, are going to propel ourselves in the future to just keep getting better.
I mean, I'm talking about Hunter's talk. I mean, there's so much learning, there's so much history, and you reference a lot of times about how, you pay attention to history so you know what's going to happen in the future. And then, all this AI stuff's coming out, and like, no matter what you listen to or hear, it's like, oh, AI is taking over your job and every job after you and all those things. And like, you mentioned a couple things that AI can't replace. It's these relationships. It was like innovation or ingenuity or passion.
It was
some version of that.
Yeah, I can give it, and then you can rip on it. Creativity, passion, curiosity, and imagination.
Yeah, and when you look at those things, like it gave me confidence in all of the things we're going to move forward with, because all those things you can combine with AI and make better, but probably not on their own. And so it wasn't all doom and gloom. It was really informative. And I enjoyed it.
And the highlight, before we talk about Saturday night, the highlight was that, when you come to the annual meeting, you get to see a live recording of the Accumulating Wealth podcast.
That's right.
It's,
always
like anyone who's looking now.
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching on YouTube, it's very dissimilar to this. You can always be in Nashville.
My favorite moment of the weekend, well, there were many of them, but one of my favorite moments is one of my clients, the great hair, Sanders Graff. He came out, and when I first saw him on Thursday, he had already seen Brett, and he said, nobody makes a cowboy hat look smaller than Brett. And I was like, yes. And then he put boots on, and he's like not 6'7", he's like a giant ogre.
You found boots. That is one of the more shocking things, is you found boots.
Yeah.
You bought a hat and boots, right?
I bought a hat and boots at the same store. Neither fits great, but they fit well enough to survive. But yeah, the boots and the hat turns into a low door situation.
What size boots were they?
14.
And the hat was a 9.5.
Yeah. The hat was a hula hoop with like some feathers on it.
But you made it look good, Brett.
Thank you.
I love seeing everybody's outfits on Saturday night so much. people brought out some thunder. It was awesome.
Amen.
So Saturday night is always the giant celebration. And I think it really is, Brett, to your point. It's like this community coming together and just sort of letting loose, right? I mean, there were many new attendees this year. They're like, I had no idea that CPAs and dentists could party that hard, and not like in a negative sense at all. I mean, we were line dancing, we were twirling people around, we were having drinks, we were listening to live music, we were laughing. I mean, just an epic event. You want to talk about where it was and the design of it, Judson?
Yeah, so we were at a place called Category 10, which is Luke Combs' newest venue in Nashville down on Broadway, and it's incredible. It's basically a four with the balcony and the outdoor area, but it's a four floor
It's actually easier to say floor 4 than it is 4.
But it's got this amazing dance floor and stage, and then it has this awesome kind of light show that you can't even describe that comes down. And the point being is there was stuff for everybody to do, right? You could go listen to a band upstairs on the rooftop.
4 parties almost.
Yeah, totally was. There were lounge areas. You could go and you could line dance and listen to the live band. But it was just amazing, and couldn't have been a more perfect venue for us. And we packed that thing out.
I think my favorite part, to piggyback on both of you, is that we rent the whole place out. So it truly is a celebration of like just our community. So it's a safe place, right? And so like while Broadway gets a little crazy at night, it wasn't like it was just all of us inside. And I'll never forget last year when we went to Vegas. I'll never forget this. When we were looking at the bars to rent for a Saturday night function. We're like, hey, I know it's Saturday night, so I understand that like it might be kind of hard to get, but we're looking for a space from like 6:30 to 10:30. And they're like, oh, that's cool. We don't even open until midnight.
Yeah. Oh, good.
That's a different crowd. Yeah. So like the point is we're hanging out with our people.
Yeah. Well, and then we walked out at the Cosmo bar and we like came down and the line of people to get in. I was like, I don't belong with those people.
I couldn't be more out.
No, I couldn't be more out.
Don't even open till midnight.
I just want to go on record that after the event on Saturday night, that there was still a group of us that both us and the Barnetts were still in, us old people, and we were out past midnight, guys.
Ooh.
I just feel like that's a big win for somebody in the mid-40s. Overall, amazing weekend. Judson, you want to talk about the 35th annual?
Yeah, it's funny, and we get this question all the time at our annual meetings when, we have all this fun and we have amazing events, and people will come up and they'll be like, oh my gosh, how are you going to top this one? And I think the point is there's no topping. It's just a different venue and a whole nother experience and a whole nother amazing place. And so in 2027, for our 35th annual meeting, I'm sure you can see this little cactus right here. We are going to be in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Princess.
Mm-hmm.
That's
which
the
goes
name.
back to
my perfect for
you.
me.
Yeah.
There'll be cactus throwing and catching.
That's right.
All the fun.
If nothing else, the weather's going to be.
Weather will be amazing, and that's the one thing, we actually had beautiful weather in Nashville, but, at this time of year, it could be really cold. So, outside of the skeet shooting, which worked out, they did have an indoor area as well, but we can do a lot more outdoor activities in Scottsdale. Last time we were there's obviously golf, there's hiking, there was off-road adventures, there was horseback riding. So, there'll be a lot of amazing things that we can do in Scottsdale. And obviously it's easy for everybody to get to.
Spring training, maybe?
No, not quite yet, but close.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No.
Very, very close. No, it should be great. We'll have, one thing we neglected to mention about this year is we had 12 investment managers come out this year. And so you get to talk to folks that manage a couple $100 million, upwards of $1 billion. One of them, it was staggering, the number of assets that they have, and you just hang out with them and talk to them. So they'll all be back. We will all be there as usual. But Judson, I feel like it's important news to state that Nashville sold out.
It did.
We feel like people should get registered quickly.
I think it's important to get registered quickly, not only because there are discounts early if you sign up, but just as Hunter said, Nashville sold out, and we fully expect that Scottsdale will sell out as well. So you can get on our website right now and sign up for the annual meeting. Brett, you've been in charge of initiative the last couple of years, which is back again. That clients of ours that want to come to the annual meeting can take advantage of? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's really just about expanding the community to other people who would appreciate or value the things that we do. And so since it's our 35th annual meeting, we have a 35 special this year. If you sign up to come to the meeting, you can bring a friend or a colleague that you think would benefit from being a part of the Cane Waters community for free. Obviously, the room and board room and flights are separate, but they can come experience all that is this annual meeting for no additional cost.
Which is awesome. And we met some amazing people
We had
this meeting.
30 people there this year that took us up. The full allotment was actually taken.
And that's what I think is important to remember here too is if you have a friend that you want to go on a tax deductible, fun trip with, where you can get some CE as well, this is a great opportunity to do
done by noon.
Done by noon and then fun stuff.
And go do whatever you want, Scott.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to climb Camelback if you don't want to.
Oh, man.
No, but Brett will carry you if you can't.
That's
because of the Iron Cowboy.
I'm the Camel Princess Cowboy.
Brett saw I was like, I don't think I can do 100 Iron Men, but if I get my iron skillet out, I can bake 100 pancakes for breakfast.
Okay.
So before we wrap up, I do want to give you one quick invitation, a reminder of what we just talked about. Next year, 2027 in February, we're headed to Scottsdale for the 35th annual meeting. And if our Nashville event taught us anything, it's this. Waiting too long is not a winning strategy. That one sold out, and this one will too.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love for you to join us, but spots won't last forever. So do your future self a favor and register early. Head to canewaters.com/annual-meeting. And when you sign up, use promo code WEALTH and get a $200 off voucher for your registration. Come to Scottsdale. There'll be great content, great people, and hopefully you, if you don't procrastinate like the rest of us tend to do. We'll see you there. And the best way to keep up with this is to subscribe to this podcast. That way you never have to miss a future episode. You can go back and listen to all the others. If you're enjoying us so far, leave us a review. Have a question, comment, or suggestion for a future episode, drop us a line at canewaters.com/wealth. We really do answer these. And if you want to learn more about what we do, and we're not recording these episodes, visit canewaters.com to see how we're helping over 3,500 clients reach their long-term financial goals. And if you're still listening to this, I have something special for you. I love you.